Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Here to Bloom episode number 16. This show is for seekers and learners just like you and me. My name is Deidrey Francois, and yes, you belong here. Oh, yes, 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 I belong here. Oh, yes, 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 I belong here. Right here, right now, I belong here. No matter my lifestyle, no matter my past, whatever I've been through, no one's here to judge you. Oh, 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 yes, 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 I belong here. Yes, you do. Oh, yes, 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 I belong here. Right here, right now, I belong here. No matter our future, no matter our journey, no matter how wounded, there's only one thing that's certain. Oh, 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 yes, 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 I belong here. Oh, yes, 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 I belong here. Right here, right now, I belong here. Whether to be silent, supported, or inspired, whether it's for healing or sharing in the love, we are welcome, we are welcome, we belong here. You belong here. Whether to be silent, supported, or inspired, whether it's for healing or sharing in the love, we are welcome, we are welcome, we belong here. You belong here. Oh, yes, 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 you belong here. That's right. Oh, yes, 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 I belong here. Right here, right now, I belong here. Right here, right now. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for your presence here today. You are the reason that I keep going. Thank you so much to all of you who participated last week. Thank you so much for your shares and your comments. And speaking of shares, I always need your help with that. So I'm going to need your help this week. If you would just take a moment and hit that share button and maybe post it on your page or Facebook page, send it to a friend by email, invite a friend. It would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you so, so, so much, because I do need your help. Yeah? All right, just a few mentions. Please check out my website at www.deidrey.com, where you will find all kinds of great musical content, great goodies, including both from Here to Bloom and Sofa Songfest as well. There's lots of videos there. I also have my music there for purchase if that is something that interests you. And I also offer a few other services like virtual concerts, which I'm so, so, so glad and so thrilled to be able to bring right into your home. So if you would like to host one of those virtual concerts, please, please, please let me know. And then we will certainly throw a party for your friends. Woohoo! I also do singing telegrams as well. So if you want to show some love to somebody, you know, a friend, somebody maybe in the hospital, somebody in hospice, anyone at all who just needs a real pick-me-up, or maybe it's an anniversary, whatever it may be, some way to bring some joy, that's my job, and I would be very, very glad to do that for you. And of course, if you know of any opportunity for me to bring joy to anyone at all in any way, some musical joy, please reach out to me. It would mean the world to me. Check out my Facebook page. On Facebook, if you haven't yet followed my page, please do, because there's all kinds of goodies there as well. And I do communicate quite often on Facebook as well. So please hit that, that little button that says follow. Alrighty? And of course, last but not least, I would love for you to check out my YouTube channel. And, please leave a comment at the bottom of the video, not necessarily in the live section. That's great to leave comments in there, but the one that really counts and really helps me from the YouTube platform is when you leave a public comment underneath the video. So please do leave a comment in there for me at any point during the video. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you have not yet done so. And guess what? I think we're over 350 right now. I think we're at 360 or something. So close to reaching the 400 goal. Oh my goodness. I just want to be surrounded by like-minded people just like you and me. So if you are able to help me out with that, woohoo! Thank you so much. And hit the little bell as well too. That notification bell. All right, let's begin. It is my intention to share my gift of song and poetry, my love and my passion. Let it be done without judgment. Let it be done in humility and grace. Let it be done in love and light. And know that what I offer are little tidbits that I've experienced or learned along the way. This one is called The Secret, and it's by Diane Aker. Thank you so much, Diane. The secret to all you want in life, the secret to heaven on earth, the secret is in the palm of your hand or the rhythm inside of your soul. The secret isn't something sent from above. The secret, it is simple. It's love. The secret to all you want in life, the secret is to wake with a smile. Live your life in the positive, and peace and joy will fill up your soul. The secret isn't something sent from above. No, the secret, it is simple. It's love. Love yourself and fellow man. Love yourself. You can be anything. Love yourself and fellow man. Love yourself. Be grateful. Love yourself and fellow man. Love yourself. You can have anything. Love yourself and fellow man. Love yourself. Be grateful and love will come your way. Oh, the secret to all you want in life, the secret to heaven on earth, the secret is in the palm of your hand or the rhythm inside of your soul. The secret of all you want in life, the secret to heaven on earth, the secret is in the palm of your hand or the rhythm inside of your soul. Rhythm inside of your soul. Rhythm inside of your soul. Thank you, Diane. Thank you for your beautiful song. All right. So tell me, you know what our theme is, right? Enoughness. Enoughness. And I know if you check in the dictionary, you may or may not find it. That'll be up to you to check. So how much is enough money? How big a house is enough? How many friends is enough? How much help is enough? What is your definition of enough? This all started with a post on the Personal Growth Center Facebook page, run by our very own special guest today, Ms. Ann James. So we have a really wonderful show lined up for you, so do stick around. And the post reads, "Abundance is not a number or an acquisition. It is a simple measure of enoughness." So today we will both be delving into our idea of enoughness with stories and, of course, experiences. I am so glad, we are so glad that you are here. So how often do we ask these questions? Usually it is quite rhetorical, of course, and we ask in judgment quite often too. Even if, of course, we would never claim to be judgmental. I mean, of course not, no. But we ask questions like, why is it that they always get the good opportunities? Or why is she wearing that? It makes her look like a man. Why would she marry him? He has nothing to his name. Come on. Oh my gosh, he's so intelligent. And that's all he's doing with his life? Why doesn't she do something about her weight and lose a few more pounds? I think I probably asked myself that question today. Why wouldn't she leave? Why would she leave her good job to go work for such little money? Or why don't you own your company instead of making other people rich? Or she has so much money, why does she live in that? We ask these kinds of questions all the time. What is your definition of enough? How do you measure your enoughness? What does it look like? How do you feel when you are at that point of enoughness? How do you know when you've reached it? I would define enoughness as the end result of a very personal process of discovery and the unshakable acceptance of what makes us happy. And those things, the things that bring us joy and satisfaction, I think it's a personal measure of what we decide is abundance. Here's one. This one's called "I've Got Everything." I got everything I want. I've got everything I need. I've got joy. I've got peace. Come on, sing it. You got everything you want. You got everything you need. You got joy. You got peace. And what have we got? We got love, 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 love. We got love, 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 love. We got love, 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 love. One more time. We got love, 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 love. I've got everything I want. I've got everything I need. I've got family. I've got friends. You got everything you want. You got everything you need. You got family. You got friends. And what have we got? We got love, 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 love. We got love, 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 love. Come on, sing it again. We got love, 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 love. We got love, 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 love. I've got everything I want. I've got everything I need. I've got health. I've got wealth. You got everything you want. You got everything you need. You got health. And you got wealth. And what have we got? We got love, 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 love. We got love, 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 love. We got love, 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 love. Come on and sing it for me. We got love, 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 love. Last time. I've got everything I want. I've got everything I need. I've got blessings. I got a great life. Ooh, ooh. You got everything you want. You got everything you need. You got blessings. You got a great life. Yes, you do. And we got love, 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 love. We got We got love, 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 love. Oh, yes, we do. Love, 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 love. All right, all right. You know what? Let's talk about how we measure enoughness in relation to our importance or value in the circles of our lives. And in the circles in our lives. Ann James is the CEO of the Personal Growth Center, and she is a force that has dedicated so many years of her life to really just helping us and allowing us to peel the layers to uncovering who we are underneath our fears, our struggles, our traumas, etc. You know, through all of her courses and her retreats. So would you join me in welcoming Ann James? Woohoo! Hello, Ann. We're going to delve into that topic of enoughness. And you know what? Ann has a beautiful story on that very thing. Hi, Ann.
Hey, Deidrey. Lovely to be here with you. Thank you for the honor. Oh, my goodness. On a Friday evening of a weekend class, a beautiful, I'm not sure what the quote unquote proper term is. I'm going to say Aboriginal. It may be Canadian Indian or Canadian Native, I'm not sure. Anyway, this beautiful lady was at the front of the room sharing how her experience was for the evening before and what she had experienced during the day. And as she's speaking, she looks at me and she calls me a grandmother. And of course, I couldn't miss what she said. And it was just way too big for me to take in and do all what I needed to do around it in the moments that I had. So all I was able to do when I came back to the front of the room where facilitators are supposed to be, and I thanked everybody for sharing, and I turned to this lovely lady and I just said, and I didn't miss what you said to me earlier. And really, I was not absorbing the honor that she had given me by calling me a grandmother.
Yeah, you know, it's true. Some days we do step into it, and some days, I think for me, more often than not, I think sometimes I often diminish my importance and my value. You're right. You know, being called grandmother by a Native person is just, it is quite an honor. But accepting that, you know, it can sometimes be a challenge. And so I know that I can easily recognize it in others, but when it comes to myself, I stumble quite a lot. And I have to say that Anne was definitely is definitely a wise woman in my eyes. And so this song, I dedicate it to you, Anne. This one is called Soul Sunrise. So many of us struggling, trying hard to find a better way. Living under the grand illusion that every day should be a brighter day. Oh, I know you heard it all before. We're addicted to the messes we create before we hit the floor. Before we really hit the floor, all too fast, much too hard, all too fast, much too hard. Oh, You peel the layers, and to my surprise, I find my soul sunrise. I find my soul's sunrise. Oh, grant me the courage to trust you. Yes, I know I need to go within. But it's so hard to pray sometimes when I feel like all my walls are caving in. Oh, I know you've heard it all before. We're addicted to the messes we create before we hit the floor. Before we really hit the floor, yet here you are, loud and proud, building me up, singing out loud. Oh, you are everything in my eyes, with all my shadows, my own disguise. You peel the layers, and to my surprise, I find my soul sunrise. I find my soul's sunrise. You know, we live in a society that really does thrive on bigger, better, faster, grander. Every single ad tells us that we don't have enough, what we have isn't enough. How do we measure our enoughness in relation to stuff? What do you think, Anne?
Oh, well, you know I have many stories. So I have a story around this. Almost 3 years ago, right out of the blue, I had a phone call. And a person like myself doesn't typically answer phone numbers that I don't know, but I did answer this call. And a lady's voice said a whole blurb to me, and I had to stop her and ask her to repeat it because it didn't make any sense. She was telling me that there was an apartment available to me and that she was from Toronto Housing. I had put my name in Toronto Housing 9 years previous to that time.
Wow.
So I, okay, thank you. I'll go check it out. I wasn't planning on moving. I knew that. Anyway, I went, and the superintendent was awesome. Took me to the unit, of course, all around the building, everything that it offered. And all I could see for me that it offered was a small apartment with outdoor parking. And I phoned a few people. Deidrey probably was one of them, and told the situation. And everybody said to me, "How much is the rent?" And I told them, and they said, "Oh, look what you can do with that money. You'll have so much money." And money's never really been a big thing for me. As long as I have enough, whatever that looks like, then I'm okay. And I had enough, and I was okay. I talked to a few more people, and everybody said, "Oh, and you'll have so much money." And I remembered when I was at the building, the lady who did the cleaning of the apartment building came in and sat with us. And she asked me if I was going to be a new tenant. And I said, "I don't know. I'm thinking about it, or maybe thinking about it. I don't know." And she said, how much rent are you paying now? And I told her it didn't matter, it's just a number. And she said, and how much is the unit going to be for you? And then she said something magical. She said, when was the last time you took a vacation? And I looked at her, and I looked at her, and I looked at her because I didn't have an answer, because I couldn't remember. That's how far away it was, a vacation. I took the apartment. For a year and a half, it was still too small, and it still had outdoor parking. That didn't change. However, what did change was a year after I moved in here, I was able to take a 3-week trip to Malaysia.
Because look at the gifts that brought, right? You know, I gotta say, I really love the minimalist movement that's sort of sweeping all around the world, right? It's just sweeping the whole planet. As you know, of course, the cost of living has been growing, and guess what's not been growing? Our paychecks. They've not been growing as much as the cost of living. And so we seem to have a whole lot less to live on, let alone enjoy life, right? But, you know, I think that in some provinces anyway, at least it's starting, that movement is starting to take, you know, shape in some places. We can enjoy living with a little bit less. People downsize. That's one way of living with a little bit less, you know. And then there's, of course, the tiny house movement. There's the RV living. There's homesteading. There's kind of converting our homes to duplexes. You know, that's always been around. There's Airbnb, you know. Yeah. There's Airbnb.
Don't forget the outdoor parking.
And the outdoor parking lot. Right? And we are learning to capitalize on what we have that we can use, right? To choose that what we have, we can choose to appreciate what we have and give us and allow it to bring us the gifts that affords us things like a vacation. Right? Isn't that amazing? We just have to be able to look at things from a different perspective. If I live in a tiny house, I can actually go on a vacation. How amazing is that? When sometimes we don't get to do any of that. I think we just need to learn how to appreciate what we've got. This one is called I'm Choosing to Appreciate. I'm choosing to appreciate everything that I've got, everything I need and want is here for me, and it's a lot. 'Cause God knows everything I need, and I know it will grow abundantly. God knows everything I need, and I know it will grow, and I believe in prosperity, 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 prosperity. I claim it. Prosperity, 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 prosperity. I claim it. I'm choosing to appreciate all the gifts that I've got. I'm choosing to appreciate that I'm blessed with a lot. 'Cause God knows everything I need. I know it will grow abundantly. God knows everything I need, and I know it will grow, and I believe in prosperity, 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 prosperity. I claim it. Prosperity, 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 prosperity. I claim it. I'm choosing to appreciate, appreciate, appreciate. I'm choosing to appreciate, appreciate, appreciate. Prosperity in joy, prosperity in peace, prosperity in love. I claim it. Prosperity in health, prosperity in time, prosperity in wealth. I claim it. Prosperity at home, prosperity at work, prosperity at play. I claim it. 'Cause God knows everything I need, and I know it will grow abundantly. God knows everything I need, and I know it will grow, and I believe in prosperity. Prosperity, 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 prosperity. I claim it. Ooh, prosperity, 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 prosperity. I claim it. Well, how do we measure enoughness in relation to success? You know, many motivational speakers or sales coaches or well-meaning folks will tell us that if we are not at the top of our field, then we have not achieved enough, or we have not achieved anything, or we don't want it badly enough. And if we have not reached the level of Beyonce, then somehow I'm not really a successful singer. What do you think, Anne? What do you think about that?
Well, personally, you are absolute magic. Professionally, not so much.
Take that back.
Unless, of course, I had an experience like I had. February, I believe. I had the honor of going with Deidrey to one of her retirement homes. And we were there early, of course, because she needed to set up. And so I'm sitting at the side of the room all by myself, and I'm watching the people who work there wheeling in the wheelchairs of the people who were coming to see the show. And it was really strange because each of these people in their wheelchairs, they're sitting there with their heads down and their eyes closed, and it's almost as if they're not even with us. And I thought, oh, this is going to be some interesting experience. What's going to happen when, the show starts? Deidrey only sang maybe 2 notes. And all of a sudden, all of these dead people, I use the term loosely, woke up. And they're singing along with her. Now, I'm thinking that is success. Absolute blessing that she brought to these folks, brought them out of the space that they probably lived most of the week. And here was this angel coming there to bring them back to wherever they were, but they were certainly alive. And it was such an honor to be able to experience that. And again, thank you, Deidrey, for that experience for me, because it was powerful.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. I remember that day, and yes, it's like quite often, when I go into these places, it is a lot like that, where you walk into a room, and my motto is I always go in overflowing with energy, so that when I walk in there, it's like, hello everybody, and they're like, what the heck? So I just kind of come in like a tornado. But you know, I do love what I do, but I got to tell you, there is this retirement home that I sing at, and I go there. I think I go there once a month. And every time I go there, without fail, I am given a very good scolding. And, this lady, she's very serious. She's like, very, very serious face. And she says, "Why are you here again? You're so young. You have the looks, you have the body, you have everything, and you can actually sing. Why are you here again?" and then she says to me, and I love it when she says this part. She goes, "We're old. We're just a bunch of old people. And and we get a bunch of people that come in here who think that they're coming, who think that they're good, and they're coming here and they're starting to sing to us, and we clap and go, hey, yeah, good for you, but we don't really care." We don't really care. You can actually sing. Why are you here? And it's so funny because, this lady thinks that I should be somehow on top of the world. I should have all of the lights, and I should have, hydraulic lifts lifting me here, and I should have all these fancy, someone doing my makeup and my wardrobe and my everything. And, but you know what? My business card, I think, says everything about me. It says, I am a joy bringer. And I know what my purpose is on this planet. And my purpose is to bring joy. And it's really that simple. Not just to those who can afford to pay $100 a ticket. I'm here to serve, and especially in those areas where I think people are often neglected or deemed undeserving because they are either older or they don't have as much money or whatever. My success is not measured by a dollar amount. That doesn't mean that I don't want that. That doesn't mean that I don't want, to be to have compensation for what I'm doing, and that doesn't mean that I don't have dreams for that amount to grow, of course, but it is not measured by that. It is measured by, or it's not even measured by the size of the crowd. It doesn't matter that I sing to, one person who's lying in a bed, or I sing to a group, at a festival where there's thousands of people. It doesn't matter. It is measured by the impact of the joy that I bring to each and every life that I touch with music. That's really how I measure my success. How do you measure yours? This one's called "You Are a Star." Every second, every minute in time is a chance to discover, to open your mind. Take a minute, it's time to define. What are you meant to do? Who are you meant to be? Take it slowly, be the best you can be. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what you do, 'cause every breath is another opportunity. And you'll always win. Yes, you are the brightest star that I've ever seen. Take all that you are, imagine, and you will go far. This one's on my Spirit in Bloom CD. Your imagination, it has no limitation. Every path is your path to creation. Thank the heavens, all your cards are in line. Do what you're meant to do, be who you're meant to be. Take it slowly, be the best you can be. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what you do, 'cause every breath is another opportunity. You are a star within, be true to yourself, and you always win. Yes, you are the brightest star that I'll ever see. Yes, indeed. Be true to yourself and you'll always win. You know what? Speaking of serving, Anne also serves with something called Dying with Dignity. And I would love for Anne to talk a little bit about that. Anne, tell us a little bit about Dying with Dignity and your work and how you serve there.
Oh my goodness. Well, Dying with Dignity is just that. So often individuals, and one of my dear friends, perfect example, when I was with her and experienced what she experienced as much as I could, I always felt that we treat our pets much better. Because when our pets are in that situation, we take them to the vet and they're given a needle and they go into a sleep and they just don't come out of it. Mm-hmm. And that became available to people, humans, 3.5 years ago. And I became a part of the organization as a witness and a volunteer. And in order to have the form that it has to be filled out by the patient, validated, it requires 2 independent witnesses to witness them signing the form. And they have some statements that they have to say yes to. And they've already seen the form, they already know what all that's about, and they've made their decision that enough is enough. And it's time to go. And when I share this with some people, they say to me, "Oh, Anne, I don't know how you can do that. It must be so sad. It must be so this. It must be so that." And all I can say to you, after experiencing what my friend went through and experiencing what these people have chosen, all I can feel in the room is love.
That's amazing. I think it is about allowing people to have dignity. And I think that at the point of death, I think we often assess the enoughness of our lives, asking ourselves things like, have we laughed enough? Have we danced enough? Have we spent enough quality time within our relationships? Have we accomplished enough? Have we really lived enough? And have we loved enough and shown our loved ones that we truly do love them enough? This woman, Bonnie Ware, I think, or Bronnie Ware, I might not be saying her name properly, but she speaks about, in her book, it's called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And gives a little bit of insight into death. And one of those 5 regrets is, I wish that I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life that others expected of me. Yeah. So who are you being? And I see your hand up, and if you throw your hands in the air, if you can relate to that, because it's just, it's true. So who are you being in this moment? Are you busy being everything for everyone? Do you know who you are? Can you be true to yourself? What does that look like to you? Being truthful to who you are. Again, it says, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Who are you today? Who were you yesterday? Do you know who you really are? Who are you now? Walk the path of the richest man for a moment in his shoes. drowning in material fantasies, forgetting how to breathe, standing tall with pride, gaze on all the good things you've done, you've seen, while the inner voice is silent, emerging when it comes undone. Who are you today? Who were you yesterday? Do you know who you really are? Who are you now? Who are you today? Who were you yesterday? Do you know who you really are? Who are you now? We're all so deeply attached to faces, situations, and people. Can't tell our right from our left, so caught up in looking good for the rest. We are human, we have to thrive in the material, so our lives aren't inconsequential, but we are spirit first and spirit last, emerging when it comes undone. Who are you today? Who were you yesterday? Do you know who you really are? Who are you now? Who are you today? Who were you yesterday? Do you know who you really are? Who are you now? Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of putting on those faces? For people, for things, for lovers, for strangers, for them. Oh, who are you? Today, who were you yesterday? Do you know who you really are? Who are you now? You know, in the end, it all comes down to having a good idea on our measure of enoughness. And the only way, I think, to really identify that is to dig deep and to get to know who we really are. Identifying when we are not being true to ourselves and to have the courage to change that. Identifying what happiness feels like so that we can learn not to block it or become overwhelmed by it. That's a big one for me. Identifying what happiness feels like so we can learn to not block it or become overwhelmed by it. It takes courage, you see, to discover the good that houses our joy. And it does take courage to let joy into our lives. Courage to feel the joy. Courage to demand that we live by our measure of enough, not by someone else's prescription of just how much good is good enough for us. And one more thing, it's about becoming aware of what is enough. Becoming aware of what is enough does not mean by any means that it is an end to us dreaming or desiring more for ourselves, right? Our measuring stick of enoughness has no limit. It's, we can dream whatever we want to dream. Our dreams are ours for the taking. But we are simply moving forward with a complete awareness of our personal enoughness, our own wholeness, and staying true to ourselves with our eyes steadfast on our bliss. I open my heart to love. I open my mind to joy. I open my life to peace, and it's good for me. I open my life to trust. I open my mind to miracles. I open my heart to grace, and it's good for me. Let it rain down, let it rain down, let my good rain down, pour on me. Let it rain down, let it rain down, let my good rain down, pour on me. I open my heart to change. I open my mind to blessings. I open my life to flow, and it's good for me. I open my heart to life. I open my mind to abundance. I open my life to the divine, and it's good for me. Let it rain down, let it rain down, let my good rain down, pour on me. Let it rain down, let it rain down, let my good rain down, pour on me. Oh, let it rain down, let it rain down, let my good rain down, pour on me. Let it rain down, let it rain down, let my good rain down, pour on me, pour on me, pour on me. Oh, so let's affirm together, shall we? I lovingly decide what is enough in every aspect of my life. I decide. I lovingly decide what's enough in every aspect of my life. I vow, here's another one, and you can say that after me if you like. I vow to stay true to myself and to the desires of my own heart, with my eyes steadfast on my bliss. One more time. I vow to stay true to myself and to the desires of my heart, with my eyes steadfast on my bliss. Thank you so much to Ann James for her time and beautiful, beautiful stories. Thank you so much, Ann. You have brought so much. You've added so much to this experience, and for that, I am truly grateful.
Oh, my darling, it's been my honor to spend this time with you. And one little thing, I decided for myself, I will not live, or I will not be on my deathbed with regret. However that works. However that works. No regrets.
No regrets. Did you hear that? Please do check out Anne's website and Facebook page, Personal Growth Center. She offers a whole lot of inspirational nuggets, so please consider following her page, and that's all here for you to see. We're going to put the link on there as well so that you can just click right on it and go check out her page. So yes, please. And I appreciate you. I thank you for being here. Please do share this with a friend, email somebody. If this touched you in any way, please, I would love it if you would share me. I thank you for your tips and your donations. They are very much appreciated. If you liked this content and for me to be able to keep creating more content for you. And if you do have the means and you can do it, thank you. And if it is not feasible for you, please know that you are still loved and appreciated. Absolutely. And there's only one other thing that I really want to mention, or a couple other things. It is just to find out your feedback on having maybe the show at 11:30 on a Sunday, just during the summer. Let me know what you think about that. Maybe put that down, leave a comment in there. Let me know if you think that we should stick with 1:30 or if you think we should move to 11:30. Okay, and see you. I'm going to try to do a Sofa Song Fest this week because it's been a little while and it'd be lovely to be able to connect with you with Sofa Song Fest. And I will make sure that Deidrey's here too this week. Provided that everything works out just fine, we'll be there on Wednesday, at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And of course, see you next week for another episode of Here to Bloom. I'd also like to mention the video. Have you had a chance to see The Lord is My Shepherd? Well, this video, it's the new music video, and I'd just love it if you would check it out. It's going to be right on the screen, and the link to it is also going to be under the video as well, so that you can click on it. Please do share it. This is a prayer, and my intention behind that video was just to make sure that it was a prayer for the world, because I really think that we need that right now. And I know that you're with me because we're kind of all in the same boat together with everything that's going on. We really just need to pray together. We need to sing together. We need to enjoy each other. And this is really what this is about. It's a blessing for the world. It's a blessing for our hearts. So please check it out. The Lord is My Shepherd. And last but not least, I want to leave you with a happy song in your heart and a pep in your step. Thank you for your listening ears, your loving presence, your open mind, and your awesome light-filled presence. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I do so love you. Thank you so much for watching. I am spirit-filled, renewed, and rebuilt. I've got a song in my heart. With joy I dance my part. I am on cloud nine, one with the divine. I've got a smile on my face, and I'm ready to face the world. Here I come. Oh yes, here I come. Woo-hoo. Here I come. Oh yes, here I come. Are you ready? I am harmonized, upgraded, and revised. I've got a love in my heart and the courage to start. I am on cloud nine, one with the divine. Gratitude and grace, and I'm ready to face the world. Sing it for me. Here I come. Come on now. Here I come. Hey, here I come. Oh yes, here I come. Are you ready? Woo-hoo! Thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, I love you. I love you. Do you hear that? Thank you so much for being here. Woo-hoo! Here I come. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. Oh yes, here I come. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Hey.